Broadcasting live from Youngville, North Carolina and Ontario, Canada. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly show where Vicky Rowe and AJ Aramutz bring you the mead news, meadery info, and mead making discussions from all over, talking with mead makers, mead owners, industry mavens, and influencers. This is Got Mead Live, a weekly podcast about mead and the people who love it and where the mead world is going. And now here are your hosts, Got Mead owner Vicky Rowe and mead and wine maker AJ Aramutz.
Welcome to Got Mead Live from the den of the puppies of the apocalypse in northern Michigan, the Bunny Pen in Ottawa, Canada, and the palatial retirement estate in Minnesota, now with an additional shed. And it's Got Mead Live. Welcome to the show. I want to thank all the folks who've renewed or signed up for Patreon membership over the last couple of weeks. You are very much appreciated. That is pretty much the only income Got Mead has and how we pay for all the services that we utilize to keep things going. So if you're not already a member, we hope you'll consider it. It's only $30 a year. You get access to the patron boards on the Got Mead forum, our patron Facebook group. There's some award-winning recipes contained in there. If you're interested, or if you just want to come check it out, go to gotmead.com/community. That's the forum. You can sign up for a free forum account, get you about 90% of it. And if you choose to upgrade, you can do it there. And thank you again to those of you who have chosen to subscribe to Got Mead. If you want to catch us live, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, X, and Facebook on the Got Mead page. We're also on Instagram, if it's working properly. It doesn't always. So on our new platform, chat is part of the podcast, but we also have a chat on Discord. So comment from wherever you're watching. We'll see it. If you'd like to call in, you can do that too. There's a link for that. On Twitch, we are twitch.tv/meadwench. YouTube is youtube.com/@gotmead. Twitter or X is x.com/realgotmead. Don't know that I'll ever get used to calling it X. Facebook is facebook.com/gotmead. Instagram is instagram.com/gotmead. And then we have a chat on Discord. Go hit any of the posts that I made all over Facebook, Instagram, or X, and you'll find a link to the chat because it's this long, complicated thingy. Of course, social media, you can find us on Facebook, obviously, facebook.com/gotmead. And our group is facebook.com/groups/gotmead. X, @realgotmead. Feel free to tweet during the show. I'm usually watching. And if you want to send us comments, questions, criticisms, suggestions as to people we ought to have on the show or anything along those lines, you can go to gotmead.com, put your mouse over, but don't click Got Mead Live Radio Show, and then click the drop down. That'll take you to a form that once you send it goes to all three of us. So it's looking pretty good. I want to make a shout out to our wonderful sponsors, Discover Honeybrook Craft Mead, with 2 Colorado locations to serve you. Visit our original Castle Rock tasting room and production facility or our brand new Littleton Mead Cottage and Garden. Choose from our 20 taps of wonderful light and refreshing craft mead. Find us using your favorite map app or visit us at honeybrook.com. That's HONNI brook.com. So, what are we drinking?
Well, I can start, I guess. I am being brave tonight. I opened a smoked ghost pepper mead by Kyle Ducharme. The first thing I smelled is ghost peppers, and in a big way. It opened up my sinuses very nicely. So
Kyle knows how to make good mead, so one hopes it'll be nicely balanced.
He does. So I'm hopeful. Yeah. I'm already a little worried though.
Have you tasted it yet?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I confess. The next thing, I get some big but pleasant smoke. No surprise, but there's really no honey in the aroma. I don't consider that a problem. I'm just saying, for those of you who judge out there, when you don't smell honey in something like this, get over yourselves.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't always work that way.
Right? I'm getting some fairly hot peppers, but it's well within my tolerance. There's a bit of honey sweetness behind the peppers and smoke. This is not a slamming mead, but taking sips all through the show will be manageable. It's enjoyable and fun. Thanks, Kyle.
Nice. Good job, Kyle. Okay, AJ?
I have got a chai iced tea sweetened with slightly fermented honey from my own hives as
Okay.
anti-inflammatories again.
Right. Gotcha. What about you, Bobby?
Not really. I got to get up in a couple hours to go to work.
Oh, right. I forgot you get up at,
Yeah.
oh, God.
You're still doing that work thing? Jeez, what's
He's
wrong
only
with
got
you?
a year and a half left, and then he's done, man.
Yep. Yeah. I'm waiting. I can't wait to get it.
I'll bet you're counting the days, man.
Yeah.
Well, not yet, but I'm counting the months.
Yeah, okay. So
There
yeah, we're
you
not
go.
quite down to days yet, but we're getting there. Well, I ran downstairs and grabbed up a bottle of Bobby's and didn't really stop to say, which one. Just grabbed the first one I saw because I like them all. So I knew they'd be good. And because I can't figure out Bobby's chicken scratchings on the corks, he was using up the last of his Noma corks, and so he wrote in marker, and they're getting kind of rubbed off now. So I'm like trying to figure out what it says, and it says blueberry sec on it. So, and Bobby tells me this is a 10-year-old mead. It smells amazing. I mean, you take the cork out, and the whole room smells like blueberries. It's just ridiculously heady, so much blueberry, it's just nuts. Medium sweet is the way it's coming across to me. Does have a tad bit of oxidation, not unexpected in a 10-year-old mead. Flavor is amazing. Intense blueberry. The honey comes up behind, but the blueberry really takes the front seat on this. Really good, Bob. Really good.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
No, of course I do.
I didn't know it was going to last 10 years, but...
Well, now you know. It did. It's got a little oxidation on it, but nothing...
Was it in a Zork or a cork?
It was in a Zork.
Yeah, that's got to be 10 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've used up all your Zorks long since. Yeah.
Well, now I switched over. I go to Waterloo and I get 15-year synthetic corks. Because the Zorks do allow a lot of oxidation. Because they had two different sizes. They had a European size for European bottles, and they had American size for American bottles. So when they first got them, when they first came out, the Zorks were so hard to get off. You almost needed like channel locks to get them off.
Yeah, the first one of yours I took to a beekeeping club meeting, and they loved it, by the way. And it was one of the ones where, I had like 3 different guys reefing on that thing. We finally got the cork out.
Because the bottles were like 2,000th of an inch bigger. So it was almost like it was press fitted. So they were really problems, and you had to use the right bottles.
Okay.
So,
wow, is this outgasses? I mean, the oxidation pretty much dissipates.
Well, I'm glad it's enjoyable.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, it's really good, Bob. I'll probably need Tums after because intense fruit does that to me, but that's me, not the mead. So
Well, good. I'm happy you could enjoy.
Obviously, yeah, it's very good. I don't think I've ever had a mead of yours I didn't like, Bob.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Stop with some more.
I'm sure there are some, but that's more, again, it's more of a personal preference as opposed to, your mead making skills, which are excellent. So, and I'm supposed to give you a shout out from Barbarian Mead in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He says he's working on, it's Piment month for him, and he's working on some Gewürz and, what do you say, Karma Mare batches tonight. Just racked over a bunch of others, but the Chipotle Malbec, damn, he says. So.
Yeah, well, he sent me a bottle of that. I had a couple guys over who
how was it?
went over with me to Poland.
Yeah.
It was really good. It was really good. It was nicely balanced. Flavor was there. It was leaning a little bit more on the wine side than the mead side.
Okay.
I always like that, when you can distinguish the honey when you're having something. If I lose the honey, then it's just, it could be a Malbec, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah, we got a buttload of questions that came in once everybody heard you were going to be on. So we got stuff.
All right. So what does everybody want to know?
Brad, we got stuff from Nathan. So yeah, but so you just, you got back from the Polish comp.
Yeah. I was over in Poland. There was only a few Americans there this year. There were the Pruitts from Cold Prairie.
Yeah.
Paul Hayslett he does Snurk.
Yeah.
Southern New England homebrew competition. So he was there. He was one of the best of show judges this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really liked it this year because they had all new best of show judges. Everybody was
Oh,
new, which
okay.
I think is good. I think it's good because I always think like when it becomes a little club, people are gatekeeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're not bringing new people into the fold.
Yeah.
And it was good this year. 'Cause the past couple of years, there've been all new faces.
Yeah. That's one of the things I liked about Valkyries is every year it's a different group of people, and I've had the opportunity, and other people have had the opportunity. So it's really great.
It's an honor to be asked.
It is.
You
It's
know,
an
it
honor.
really is. But
Yeah.
when you only see the same three people, it's not. Then it's just
not
like,
the
why
same.
bother?
It
You're right,
also
then it becomes-
allows the entrants to target those specific judges.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of a detriment also.
I never really thought of that, but you're right.
I mean, if you know how they judge
Yep.
and you manage to get one on the best of show table, it gives you an advantage. And I think having things switch out periodically, even if you only bring in one new judge each year, it changes the dynamic. And I think that's important because you have to appeal to a wide range of palates, not just 2 or 3 specific ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. That makes good sense.
I mean, there's some comps out there that are pretty good size, and it's always the same dang judges,
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do like about Europe. They change them up. It's not to say I was over in Spain in 25.
Mm-hmm.
I was asked
Yeah,
to
you went
judge on the
to
best of show. I was me,
UL
Alan from Romania,
Uh-huh.
and Armand from Mexico, and it was a great. It was a good panel.
Yeah.
right?
But the best of show was over in a minute and a half.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Well, how many entries were on the table?
I think there were 9.
Oh, that's not many. Well, that explains
Well,
it.
Idramel España is a smaller comp, so
Right.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, if
still
there's
had- they
20
still
out
had a
there,
couple
it's
of,
a little harder.
They
Yeah.
still had a couple hundred entries.
Right.
yeah.
I'll tell you what though, they gave a great show. Everybody was interactive. Then they had those guys. I forgot what the hell they called them.
Ambassadors?
No, they had these dancers with bells
Oh.
on and blowing fire and all
Wow.
this stuff after the comp.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, they asked me to come out this year and be a best of show judge, but unfortunately, I'm absolutely not
Yeah.
able to go.
Yeah.
they're running it. It was in Mallorca last year,
Mhm.
Okay.
and everybody was nice there. You know,
Good.
everybody's
I wouldn't mind
relaxed,
going.
very relaxed. You know,
Yeah. That's a Hispanic thing. I love that laid backness. It's nice.
Yeah.
Although it can be a problem if it gets too intense. So
But
Yeah.
they were all nice. Everybody was pleasant.
nice.
Good.
It's good.
Yep.
Uh,
Well, maybe
Then-
27. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah.
Then Poland's a whole different thing. Everything's run
Yeah.
to the minute.
Yeah. Yeah. They run it
Yeah.
like they're German.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. That's kind of more an American thing, too, to be honest. I mean, everything's scheduled.
Yeah.
Good.
But I will tell you, you go over to Poland, they run that comp. There's a roster on the board. A half hour before you sit down at the table, everybody knows where they're at the table, who the table captain is, who's judging, who's doing the computer, everything.
Nice.
Yeah, they run a really tight ship.
Yeah. It's good to
Well,
have
that's
that level
appealing
of
to
work.
me.
It's a big comp, so they got to have that, or it's
Yeah,
going to
well,
come
I
apart.
think they were at like 800 and something this year. I want to say 821. That's the
bet you
number
they-
that's in my head, but
Yeah.
You know,
I'll
it's
bet you they
interesting.
top 1,000 next year.
They have not published any numbers from this past year.
I'll tell you what, they had so many judges there that everybody got one flight off a day. That's how many judges they have.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you guys
I
were in
asked
that
them how
boat
many
this
entries
year,
they
too.
had, and they weren't willing to provide that, and much less how many there were per category. So I'm very curious about that. Just because if I want to send some next year, I'd like to know that information, but it's not available. So
Well, all you got to just hit up
I did.
Mate, and he didn't get back to you?
Nope.
Really?
I mean, they got back to me, but they didn't come back to me with any information. So.
Oh. Did he say that they wouldn't do it, or did he just...
Not specifically, just didn't respond with information.
Okay.
Did you ask Colonel Sanders for the secret recipe too?
I guess so. I didn't know it was a secret.
I'll have to ask them if that's something they're willing to share, or if that's a, some.
Well, of course, now they've started up this midsummer competition, I believe, right?
Well, that one's in England.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where those guys live.
That's where they live, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to give them credit, man. I mean, they put on this ginormous thing in Poland, and they have to go to Poland just like the rest of us, I mean, granted, they're not going as far as we are, but still.
Right. And I know there's always been an interest in having another competition in England, so I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
I'll say if I didn't have so much going on right now, I'd be tempted to send some things over for that.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to go. I haven't been to England in 26 years. So.
Right.
No, 25 years.
Well, I'm going back to Poland for Bartnik in September.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, that's Piotr's contest.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I was at his place. I went to Lithuania first this year. And I stayed with Jintara and her husband, and then we went over to visit Piotr. And I'll tell you what his meadery is. He has like a whole room in the back with all these beehives and the history of beehives and this like tree that's, I don't know how many hundreds of year old. I want to say it's like from, 600 or 700 AD, where they actually have a beehive carved out inside the tree.
You weren't there the year I went. They took us to a beekeeping museum, and it was amazing. I've got just a buttload of, I posted all the pictures when we got back, but just all of these hand-carved beehives, and there was like, and they were like in figures or houses, or, they weren't hives per se. You look at them, and it was like a guy's face, or, spirit of the forest, that kind of thing. And it was really cool. I'd never seen anything like that, so I thought it was just amazing. And it was funny because the docent who was doing the talk only really spoke Polish, so they were translating as they went. I basically Velcroed myself to another Polish person. It was like, what are they saying?
Yeah.
Because despite my efforts, I never managed to get more than hello, goodbye, thank you, and how much. Oh, and where's the beer? That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how many people over there speak English and how easy it is for all of us to get along. And, everybody at the hotel, everybody at, even the waitress serving breakfast.
Wow.
It's absolutely amazing. And Krakow was a great town. There was numerous beer bars. The food was great. Michelin star restaurant, going out with two people was, $110. Which was, well, how could you not?
Right? You can go to just normal restaurants here. It costs you more than that, and the food's like meh. Yeah.
And I would really recommend to anyone who can go, who can afford to go, absolutely should go. And I think, I know those guys are coming over here to do classes for the European Mead Makers Conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be, I'm picking them up from the airport sometime in October or late September.
You're not coming down to Indiana for the one in Indiana, are you?
No, I'm doing the one in Connecticut.
Yeah, because that's like
they're going to stay with me. Right.
Yeah.
So me and Paul Hassler are doing that. And then I think John is going to run the one in Indiana.
Where are you?
They're doing that at Tony Paul's.
Don't you only have one spare bedroom, or did you have two and I just didn't realize it?
I have two.
Oh, okay.
You were drunk the time you were here.
I was not. God, Bob. Until after you got done serving, 15, 20 meads? It was like, so the point where it was like, no, Bob, I can't drink anymore.
No, we had a good time that time. We went down to the New York We went down to the New York Fermentation Festival.
We did. That was so fun.
There was, I think, 6 or 8 meaderies down there. We had a really good time that day.
We did. Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And you took me to your favorite pizza place. And, of course, I came home with bagels because, of course.
Right, because you're in New York.
Right? There's a bagel place down the road from Bobby's, so I'd stop and get a dozen bagels on my way out of town.
Well, New York bagels are pretty good.
New York bagels are the best. I mean, it's something in the water up there or something. I don't know. But they're
Montreal
better
bagels
than
are pretty
bagels
good.
anywhere else, so. At least
Montreal
anywhere else.
bagels are pretty good, though.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, Montreal style bagels are good.
Are they? I've not been to Montreal yet, so. AJ and I have a dream to get up there at some point and do something.
Yeah.
So at some point.
Someday.
Yeah. Hopefully before I die. That'd be nice.
You got lots of time, Vicky.
Yeah, I know. I figure I got another 25 years.
Oh, at least.
We just
You're
came
a
in.
youngster.
Yeah. We just got another. Oh. What, we lose you, Bobby?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. Somebody said something about bagels, and I just got cut off.
And you just dumped yourself, huh?
Right.
Sorry.
So, what questions do we have from the?
Oh God, we got lots of questions.
All right.
Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let's dig into beekeeping first. Brad was asking, how does your beekeeping inform your homebrewing and role of homebrew liaison for the AMMA?
How did beekeep? I never would have gotten into mead making if it wasn't for the beekeeping.
Okay.
That's the first thing. I don't know if it really had a huge impact, joining the MMA, but it certainly had an impact on what I made because I had enough honey to experiment with different things where I wasn't worried about, my cost.
Right, because it was your honey.
Right, because it was my honey. Well, the bees are not cheap. Anybody who's a beekeeper can tell you, you're only trading, bee money for honey money.
Yeah.
Which is really
I got to get 2 nukes, and we're looking at $360. So yeah, I hear you.
What?
And by the time you buy the woodware for the 2 hives, you're $200 each.
Oh,
so you're looking at $800 just to get started, and that's not including an extractor.
Yeah, it was way more than that when I started 5 years ago. Yeah, it's not cheap. You don't do beekeeping just to get cheap honey. That's not how you do it.
No, but
I think. And then you got mite treatments you got to worry about too. But
and that ain't cheap either.
This is a more in-depth conversation about beekeeping. So how does that play into your mead making?
Well, at least I feel that I have probably some of the best honey, and I'm sure every beekeeper out there tells you that. There's nobody who says my honey sucks compared to his. Everyone has the best.
Yeah.
And we're all, and that's why people exchange honey. That's why people, you go over to Europe and people are like, oh, did you bring any honey? I want to taste what you made. And it influences, I think look at other people, what they're getting. Like I look at some of the guys in Poland, and there's one guy, all he makes everything out of is rapeseed honey.
Really?
Because that's what he gets.
Yeah.
So,
and the gal in Ireland, she buys orange blossom honey from Spain because there's no honey in Ireland. So.
Well, that's the whole thing. I think that we're very spoiled in America with the amount of honey and the exotic honey we do have.
The variety,
right. The variety is unbelievable. I have a bucket of Tupelo honey. I have this. I have that. They don't really get that over there. And,
right.
And what they do pay, is a lot less than what we pay. And they buy by the kilo. Yeah, but they have very I have wildflower, or I got some buckwheat in the wildflower, and that's really what you hear. Linden honey, you hear.
Yeah.
Rapeseed, buckwheat, wildflower, and
orange blossom if you're over in Spain and Portugal.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about up in the guys from Poland.
Yeah, Eastern Europe.
It's really what they get. Everything else is imported. They get the local stuff, and I think that everybody who has their own honey, tries to highlight their honey in their style of brew. If you had a great buckwheat honey, you obviously stone fruit, after you do your traditional, that, cherry stone fruit is going to be where your honey's going to shine. At least for me, you need those big, rich flavors to balance against that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd drink buckwheat anything, but
well,
once you blow off the stink, I love it.
I wish I had some buckwheat. I want to do some another cherry buckwheat and cumin. I liked that one.
I'm lucky buckwheat is one of the few varietals I can get my hands on here. But also, like, the honey from my mom's backyard's pretty amazing. You're right. Nice. We all do really love our own honey.
Well, and, if you're a beekeeper processing your own honey, you're not going to beat the crap out of it like a lot of the co-packers do, right?
Yeah, true.
So that's going to be a quality difference right there. It's not blended. It's not boiled. It's not filtered. It's, all those things that remove some of the components that we want as mead makers. Those aren't present in your own honey.
Yeah.
Well, that and the specific stuff that grows around where your bees are.
Of course.
Like our neighbor four doors down also has bees, and our honeys taste almost the same.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, right?
Our bees all go to the same places.
Right. Most likely they have the same nectar source.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we know hers come to our place for water because we see them going up and over the head to go back to her place.
For me, here, my early summer honey, it's all basswood, heavy basswood. And then in the summer, late summer, it's goldenrod.
Goldenrod, yeah.
Yeah, ours is kind of clover goldenrod in the end season, and sort of linden clover in the earlier season.
Yeah, we just got a. Oh my God, this is so funny. Okay, so you guys know Mike Matson, right? Okay, AJ, you probably don't, but the rest of us have run across him here and there. He says, "Hey, Vicky and Got Mead crew. Hello. Hey, Bob. How ironic that you're on this week. I just acquired a 750 ml bottle this past weekend for my brother up in Chicago, who got it from someone else. He told me, dude, this is a bottle that Slanzi made some years back. Not sure how old. No label, but this very dusty greenish-brown bottle has a gold spiral cap that reads in red handprint, Blueberry Sesh. I want to drink it, but yet I want to save it. Dilemmas. Is this a carbonated session? Tell us what went into this." Okay, sidebar, Bob, you got to tell.
That's probably the same one that you're drinking.
It is, yeah.
You can tell them what it tastes like, because I don't have a bottle left.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, my God. I'm drinking your last bottle? Oh, my God.
No, I gave it to you probably 8 years ago when you were at the house.
It wasn't the last bottle.
Yeah.
And didn't expect it to sit around that long. Which is the other thing we all need to think about when we're passing bottles around. They might sit there for a decade.
Yeah. So was this just a straight up blueberry mead, or?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. I'm assuming full ABV.
Absolutely.
It feels like it. I'm about halfway through the bottle, so it feels like it.
Well, you should know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to drink myself into a stupor so I can get to sleep right after the show, so that I can get up at 3:00 in the morning. Don't really want to, but here we go. But yeah, this is drinking. It just gets better as you drink it. It's really good.
That was a really great mead.
It is a really nice mead. Yeah, you need to do this again. Only, you know what? Do this again, but with one of those barrels you were talking about soaking with cognac. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We'll get to that. He and I were talking barrels earlier today. We'll get to that. Oh, that's so funny, Mike. Mike Matson, shout out, man. You should open it, seriously.
Crack that open. Tell us
he's
how
got
it is.
no more left, so just go ahead and drink it. It's okay.
It's not going to get better with age, eh?
Well, I don't know. It's been getting.
It might, but if it doesn't, I mean, you drink them while you got them.
Yeah. In my experience, fruit meads only make it so many years, and then they don't get any better after that. And it's usually not a lot of years. And I
gotta wonder though how that bottle made it all the way out there and who had it.
I know, right? His brother in Chicago got it from somebody else who gave it to Mike. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, how many hands? And then it's like, we got to find the right person to drink this.
Oh, some of your meads do that, Kevin.
But not because I expected them to.
Oh, no. Like the ones you gave me, I will sometimes gift them to somebody else because that's somebody I like and want to enjoy your meads that I know are really good. And
I mean, that's
awesome.
hard.
It's hard because I don't have more than one of any of them. So.
Well, that's true. Yeah. I typically don't send duplicates.
Mike says he's opening it. I talked him into it. Go for it. Tell us what you think, Mike. Tell us what you think.
What you say? Tell him to let it off gas for 2 minutes.
Yeah, let it off gas for 2 minutes. Yeah, and that'll, because it has a touch of oxidation, but
let it breathe.
Let it breathe. Yeah, I'd say put it in the glass and let it breathe because it dissipated quickly in the glass.
I do love the idea that we're passing things around that get shared to other people.
I know, isn't it great?
Yeah,
I love this. Awesome. I love this community that we do this kind of thing. You know.
I mean,
we're also excited. Here, try this.
Some different people here that have sent them, and
same.
I have a meetup coming up at the end of the month, and so what am I going to do? I'm going to bring those. I'm not bringing my own stuff. So.
Oh, he got it. I guess he got it from Aaron Shavi at Boneflower?
Oh, Aaron, yeah.
Yeah,
Aaron
okay, that makes sense then, yeah, because you and Aaron have been...
Yeah, we're friendly.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, Boneflower, I know I've heard of them, but are they still in business?
No, I think they ended up closing down, but Aaron Shavi was formerly part of Boneflower. I don't know if it's still going. I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay. I haven't heard anything from them recently. That's
not recently, no. We had them on the show ages ago, but it was years and years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should ask a Nathan question.
Absolutely.
We have a little pause here. So Nathan's asking, and Bobby, you know the drill with Nathan, right? You got to pay attention to these questions because they're multi-part. So you've been a helpful liaison to assist Polish mead makers abroad in their participation efforts for American comps. And a personal aside, you sent on one from one of the Polish guys this year to Valkyrie's Horn, which I know they appreciate. What things do American judges seem to misinterpret or have challenges in understanding about the characteristics and flavor profiles of historically traditional Polish meads and more modern fruited Polish mead styles?
I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. I only judge one comp. I don't go out to a lot of comps. I know. So either I go up to Snurk in New England, and that's really about it. So I don't have that exposure, and I'm going to be honest, I don't have the exposure of one of these judges who goes to 20 comps a year, and I'm not a BJCP certified judge. Yeah. So even if I go to some of these comps, I'm not going to be put on the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and regardless, you know, I have a lot of experience. I've done this a long time, but, you know, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm not going down to New York City to classes every day at 6:00, so I have to miss 8 weeks of work to go get a beer judge certification.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not certified, and I get picked to judge.
Well,
times.
Yeah, I mean, special. In that respect, if you're known somehow in the community, when you go to a comp, they'll seat you and they'll make use of your skills for sure.
Yeah, but
you have to have a connection to somebody.
We have different styles here that they do over there, and the guys over there, when you get onto some like the experimental things, like people here are like, oh, I put in Bisquick and pie filling. Over there, people are like, oh, I went out into the woods and I picked the nettles off a certain tree, and I took these leaves and I boiled them to make tea. And where those guys are more foragers,
right,
and where we don't do any of that.
Well, look at Augustova. I mean, their bees live in the woods and trees. We
definitely have people here who do that stuff. Without question, we do. But you're right. It's a minority for sure. Most of them are getting stuff off the shelf in the grocery store.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 meaderies that do a lot of foraging.
Oh, there's some good commercial ones.
There's some really good commercial ones. Yeah, well, Hierophant comes to mind.
Yeah, that's my first pick.
Yeah.
Sure.
But there's also one up in the Northeast that does too, and I'm trying to think of who it is.
Northeast.
Yeah.
Oh. You
mean locally available stuff was the whole reason I got into winemaking in the first place.
But it's the style of things.
Right.
You'll see a lot of that stuff.
Asking, right, is how does the style differ? Like, what are the different characteristics, as opposed to the ingredients specifically? But like, what are the different characteristics?
I think you will see. There's a lot more drier meads in Poland than you think. Everybody looks at the big traditionals, yes, but there's a lot more. There's a lot of stuff that's a lot drier, especially when you get into the methablends.
When you say dry, how dry?
I would say between 0.015, 0.025. The stuff where you see a lot of our fruited stuff is very sweet, and you're looking at 1035, 1045. You'll see a lot of their methablends in a lower range than that.
Okay.
That have some of these forward things. No, nothing, not bone dry. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
They're off dry, but the perception, I feel, is a little bit drier because there's a lot of tannins in some of the stuff that they forage, and there's a lot of leaves,
and herbs.
Right? And they do a lot more of that, which I don't. Which, in the contest that I judge, I really don't see it. And then you go down to when you go to Spain, you see some of the guys like in Mexico. They use a lot of candy and stuff like that into their meads.
Mm-hmm. When you say candy,
what? Remember, when we went down to the
hard candies?
Yeah, they melt down the hard candies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know that I encountered that when I was there, but it might have just been the categories I was judging. So,
but I know. Look at remember the guy AI Alien? He had that little.
Oh yeah.
He just won Best of Show in Mallorca.
Did he? Good for him. That's awesome. That's what Roberto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I liked him and his mead and his honey, and he was just all the way around a great guy and a good mead maker.
So he and Roberto, we met up with them in Lithuania. I met up with them in Lithuania, and then we met up again in Krakow.
Okay.
So they were over there, and I think then they went out to hang out with Alan in Romania after that.
Nice.
Yeah, Alan's so they had a nice trip, but they did very well.
Romania and see Alan.
They did very well.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. He makes
good. And Joe Lee did very well.
Oh, good.
Florida. Yeah, a matter of fact,
Miriam.
Yeah, he did very well. I carried 4 medals home for him, I believe.
Kevin? Did you try the collab he had that he'd done with Tree Hive?
I did not get a chance to try that.
Oh, it was so good. And I got to try his lavender mead too, which was amazing. I tried that. That was
quite good.
It was very good. Yeah, I got to get him back on the show too because last time I had them on, they were in pre.
They were in what?
They were in build out. They weren't open yet.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I spoke with him about that a little bit too, and so I think he'll be coming on. I spent a fair amount of time talking to him actually. He was right next to the booth that I was serving at, so that was a good opportunity. And I tried pretty much everything he had there. He makes good mead, no question about it. They're winning awards, and there's a good reason they're winning. So yeah. Happy for them. On that topic, since somebody in the chat was asking, are we going to talk a little about Sugar Belt?
Yeah, I suppose we probably ought to, huh?
I want to interject one thing. The most unusual and successful mead that I had was one made by a new employee. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm getting a mental block on the meadery, but
okay,
it was Ants on a Log.
Woo!
And so it was a base mead made with raisins, peanut butter water, and celery.
Oh my god.
And celery seeds.
Interesting.
That's amazing.
How was it? Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Cool. Did you try the Malort mead that Tree Hive had?
No, I refused to try Malort.
I had to taste it because I said he would, and I was working for him. So, I don't like Malort. First of all,
I don't either. That's why.
Yeah, but it was actually really well done. You know, I mean, not to my personal taste, but it was very well done. And I'll tell you what, when he started the pour on that, we had a line like you would not.
Oh, sure, because everybody's all excited about Malort. Yeah,
there's a lot of people like Malort apparently, and they were all like, "Why don't you like it?" And I'm like, "Okay, one word." And that's Jägermeister. You know, I can't do those kind of things anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, that was absolutely the most unique mead I had at the festival, for sure. Most unusual and successful at the same time. So congrats on that. That was amazing, wonderful. And I love that kind of creativity. It's definitely not something I personally would have thought of to do, but holy crap, it worked. And I'm just in awe of that.
I was telling Barbarian that I wanted to have him on the show again, and he's like, "No, we're going to wait a little while."
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love that kind of creativity. And of course, and one of the things we did talk about is this probably is not really a competition mead, because you'll run into the old school judges who are like, "Oh, I don't taste the honey."
Oh yeah.
Or it's just too weird for me. Why would you even make a mead like that? You know?
Why not?
Because
in the right place, it would do okay.
And it's another one of those. It's like the taco mead. Okay, you're like, why? But you know what?
Because you can.
It was a total commercial success.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
People bought it so fast he couldn't get it in a bottle fast enough. So, you know, I mean, hello. I don't care if you don't like it. That doesn't matter.
You got to keep his doors open. That's all that matters. There are so many guys who are making great stuff and they're closed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. And I had that conversation with a whole bunch of people. You know, it's like, well, not everything's a competition mead. There's sort of a technical competition thing, and then there's the what can you sell to the audience that
right.
Stuff
that might
those are not the same thing necessarily. Yeah. Sometimes they are, but they're not always.
Yeah, and stuff that would meddle at a comp is not necessarily what your customers want. You know, it's there we go. It's the truth. It's what it is, you know, and you make mead that is going to sell. You make mead
if
that's going to keep
commercial,
your doors open.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. There's value in the technical thing, of course, you know, but whatever you can sell, that's great.
Yeah.
I see Ryan's description. He says, and Kevin, yes, I will give a description of each beforehand, because this is, you know, people send bottles and they don't even put their dang names on them.
Oh, I know. I've got so many mystery mead bottles.
People.
I've got a bunch of mystery meads that people have sent to me or I brought home from comps.
Masking tape and a Sharpie at the very least.
No, right? Kevin's got it going on. You know, green painter's tape and a marker.
But people still don't do it.
I know.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I would never give somebody something that I don't have at least like a list of allergens on. Like I do full labels for anything I give away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to some questions here. This one's from Bradley. Considering your longevity in mead making, what trends have you seen come and go that you'd like to see returning? And additionally, which were you most happy to see die out?
Raisins. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I like raisins in mead. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do too.
I don't really think that there's anything I'd like. You know, there's always trends. You know, the peanut butter and jelly trend,
which is still going on.
Is still going on. But you know, it's I've had it only done really good once or twice, but so many people have tried it.
Yeah.
Well, you're never gonna get a good one if you don't try, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But really, like, how much do you really want to drink with peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Well, some people do. I mean, but again,
I can't do it.
Like,
I can't do it. I'll be honest.
Percentage. I'm with you. It's not my favorite thing, but there are people who love that stuff. It's childhood in a bottle.
Yeah, well, that's true. But yeah, it's not. I mean, I was never a big fan of PB&Js.
Right.
Either.
Unless it was strawberry jelly, and then I liked it. But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the wrong kind of PB&J for what I grew up with.
They're using Concord jelly, and it's like, ugh, I don't like grape jelly. I don't like it. I've never liked it. But talk about blueberry jam or peach jam or raspberry jam, and you got my attention.
My strawberry, my jam, my PB&Js were always strawberry jam.
Mm-hmm, same.
So in the mead world, I think how you do the peanut butter also makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? A lot of them are using the peanut butter, the granulated peanut butter you get that is for like mixing in smoothies and stuff.
Yeah, like the powdered stuff. Yeah.
Powdered peanut butter, yeah. Which I guess is just dehydrated peanut butter, but I don't know if it's the same without the oils.
Don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't made one because peanut butter is not my thing, but the ones that I've had that I personally like the best, and again, peanut butter is not really my thing, but the ones that I've liked the best have been peanut butter water. So meaning they boil the peanuts in water and then rack under the fat and use the water to make the mead.
I'll agree with that.
I like
that. For me, it's more subtle while still offering the peanut flavor, and it's not as overpowering. And it, at least, again, for me, it's my personal preference. It's way better. I can't speak for anyone else.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I like that approach. I think that's a good approach.
As far as I know, that was pioneered by Garage East.
Ah, okay.
Chad Willits, I believe he's the person I heard kind of came up with that.
Well, he kind of kicked off the whole PB&J craze.
Right. Yeah. So that's the method he used, and that works pretty good from what I've tasted. So
okay.
I will say that using nuts, a lot of the ones that I had that were homemade, I think a lot of people don't realize how much tannins and nuts actually have, and how much sweetness you need to carry that.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, maybe another Nathan question then. What structural changes are you personally looking for in long-term bulk barrel aging from your past experiments aging meads in used bourbon barrels such as your Christmas Berry Metheglin?
I did the Christmas Berry I made was actually with Christmas Berry honey, a blossom that I got from the Harris guy, Sean Harris.
Yeah, Sean.
So I actually had that. I had that in a bourbon barrel, and that was actually a Christmas Berry blossom. Mm-hmm. The barrels I have are 12-gallon. I have 12-gallon and 25-gallon barrels, and I have one 15-gallon barrel from an apple brandy. Mm-hmm. I will say that the barrels now are in their 4th, 5th, or 6th use, some of them.
Are you getting any essence from them at that level?
I don't get the bourbon essence, but I do get complexity. I get structure from them. Mm-hmm. There's definitely a difference in something that's in the barrel and something that's out of the barrel.
Yeah.
I have one barrel I just swelled back up that I didn't have anything in it for a long time, and I'm debating what to do with it and what I want to do with it.
Cognac.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Maybe a little explanation of how you would go about swelling up.
I would I re-swelled the barrel. I have a big commercial sink in my basement. So it's a small barrel. It probably weighs 30 pounds dry, 40 pounds wet. So when I mean wet, it's soaked. So for the barrel was completely dry. There were some of the staves had a 1/4 inch between them. Wow. So I filled up the sink. I put a plug in.
Yep.
I wet the barrel down for a few days, every 6 or 8 hours. Then I filled the barrel when I could get water in it. And of course it leaked out. Then I got it till I got it to the point where it would fill. Then I still was getting leakage, and I kept filling the barrel, doing the outside of the barrel. I had water in it. I left water in there for a week, and now I going to let the water out of it. So I'm worried that I got some bacteria infection in there during leaving water in the barrel for a week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my boil kettle, and I'm going to boil 15 gallons of water in there, and I am going to pipe boiling water into the barrel because I figure that would kill any infection. I'm going to put a silicone bung in it, and then I'll leave it overnight. And I figure that even if the water will maintain a temperature of, I would say, probably over 180 degrees for at least long enough to sanitize the inside of the barrel.
Right.
Sure. That ought to qualify as pasteurizing.
Yeah. So I'll flip it over. I'll put the barrel with the bung downside, let it drain, leave it like that. I think there's a lot less chance of infection. And then the next day, I'm probably going to, pick out a bottle of decent cognac, probably in the $40 to $60 range, and I would throw the cognac into the barrel and put a bung on it and leave and swirl it around a couple days. And what I do is I put the dolly on the floor upside down, and then I put the barrel on it, and I let the barrel rest on the wheels so it'll spin real easy.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Right. So the barrel I use the bandsaw, and I cut little 2x4s that I screw onto the dolly so the barrel fits right in on the profile.
Okay.
So they make it real easy because when you have a barrel, even though it's only 10 gallons, it's still,
like 60 pounds,
you're right.
yeah.
Well, it's a little more than that, but probably come out to 110 pounds, between 30, 40 pounds of the barrel and 8 pounds a gallon for the water.
Right.
Oh, right, with the water in it. Yeah, I was
right.
thinking.
So now it's 120 gallons. Like the 25 gallon barrel is probably, well over 200 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
So, to have them on the floor just rolling around is not probably the best thing.
How do you get it up on the wheels of the dolly? I mean, 200 pounds is, my husband and I together can do that, but me alone or him alone would be a rough thing.
Well, it's, I leave them on the dolly.
Okay.
So you're filling it.
If you want, you get you can use, you can rack right. I bottle right out of the barrel, usually.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so he's emptied the barrel from.
That's true. Yeah, get it on there when it's empty, and
the dolly, and then fill it.
Yeah. So then I'll flip it back up on the side.
Stage, with all the water that's been in there, you're not going to get a whole lot of barrel character anymore, right?
You'll get some, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take, you're not getting it in 3 months. No, some of them I leave in the barrel 2 years. Even in the small barrel that has a lot of contact. And, that's the thing. What I realized is that I never figured it out, but I have a dehumidifier in my basement. Now, if my boiler runs to make hot water in the summertime, and I have the dehumidifier on, the dehumidifier, if I put it too low, it will actually take so much humidity out of the air that the barrels all start to weep.
Oh, gosh.
So you have to, if you have a dehumidifier in the basement, you have to look and keep your humidity at like 55, 60%. Because if you go lower than that, it's going to pull the moisture out of your barrels and your mead is going to leak.
Yeah.
Because the barrel is, as it dries up, it will no longer be sound. And I think that's probably something everybody should realize before you come home and your barrel's empty all over your floor.
So another thing that I think is worth talking about is the kind of oxidation that you want to have the mead that's in your barrel. So how do you control that? And just to provide a little example, I gave a Polish Czarniak mead to Chris England to taste recently because I was considering what I wanted to do with it, and he's kind of an expert on that. And he tasted it and he said, yeah, it's really good, but it's too fresh for a Czarniak.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was kind of interesting.
Well, a lot of their meads, a lot of the official Polish meads are required to age a certain amount of time.
Well, I know. And so this had been in the barrel a year. But then he followed up with, I thought, a really insightful question, which was, how much oscillation do you have in your temperature? Where is it stored? Well, it's in my basement. My basement's consistently 65 degrees, maybe a little lower in the winter. But it doesn't really get much above 65. Well, I said, oh, well, that's the problem. You need more oscillation. You need more high temperatures, low temperatures to pull air in and out of the barrel. It's too consistent. So with that in mind, Bobby, how does that work with your barrel projects?
Well, you could just leave 1 inch of airspace in the top of the barrel if you really want some quick oxidation.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, at times I have headspace, right? Because
yeah, you gotta. There's evaporation. Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
top it up.
The angel share is what they call it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, over the course of 12 months, I would probably lose a good gallon out of a barrel, a 12-gallon barrel.
Yeah, that's realistic.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And I top it up. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike says, Mike Matson opened the bottle and he says, was this blueberry I'm drinking bourbon barreled? I'm getting a hint of it in mid-mouth maybe. There's some slight oxidation, but it's what, an 8-year-old mead? Not overpowering though at all. And in fact, just enough oxidation to enhance it. Fantastic mead and still a great color. Nice job, Bob.
No. Yeah, no barrel, 10-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. It is. It's a great mead. I'm gonna not drink this last glass full and leave it in the bottle and I'll drink it later this week.
For breakfast.
No, I don't know for breakfast. No, I don't do breakfast mead. Sorry.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Come on.
Right? Yeah. It's like, I'm not at a competition, so I'm not gonna
yeah.
I'm used to drinking breakfast mead at comps, but it's a whole nother thing at home. So
yeah.
Also, you have to drive. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
All right. How about another Bradley question?
Yeah, that works.
Go ahead.
With your involvement in the mead judging program, how do you see this fitting into the space alongside the BJCP program?
I'm not a BJCP judge. I don't know what any of that.
Well,
I could care less.
Okay.
And I don't mean it like any shade towards the BJCP. I'm not in the BJCP. I'm not involved in it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just
fair enough. You don't know.
It's not.
You can't.
No,
you can't
I don't know. It is what it is. And the guy, if you want to be a judge and you want to go over to Europe and judge over there, and hopefully go to Poland and judge, this is what you should do, because they have enough judges. They don't need. It's not like they're searching for judges. They're turning away half the judges every session.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to judge there, you should be qualified on their standard. And that's all it is.
I got my certificate when I went and judged the last time. They gave me a European mead judging certification certificate, but I was still planning on taking the class in the fall, just for the heck of it, and to help kind of promote it and stuff.
Sure. Good for you.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Mike Madsen came back and said, 10 years old? Wow, I should have saved it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
Oh, he could drink an 8-year-old mead, but he has to save the 10.
Yeah.
Come on.
So
come on, Mike.
I'm only going to give you a 10-year-old mead then, I guess, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like...
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go back to another Bradley, since that was kind of a bust. Your Modern Mead Makers posts often highlight small barrel usage. What do you look for in a new barrel, and what do you take into consideration with the smaller format or volume to surface ratio?
I don't really give it that much thought, and I'm going to be honest. No, it's all about... I don't look at the ratio. It's all about tasting and time. And, if you're not, you have to go with your gut and taste it.
Pulling samples, seeing where it's at.
I just got a barrel from a friend of mine. So I had a 25-gallon barrel. He took the 25-gallon barrel back to the distillery. He gave me another 25-gallon barrel. I just made a traditional 1 part honey to 1.5 parts water. It's a hybrid Polish, however you want to do it. That's right where my happy spot is for my
somewhere
stuff.
between a Trojaniak and a Poltrak.
Right. So I just filled up that barrel. It's spicy. It's been in there 2 months. I'm probably gonna have to take it out in a month and a half.
Okay. So you didn't ferment in the barrel for that one, though,
no,
right?
No. I always ferment out of the barrel. Okay. I always try to have something ready to go into the barrel. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it is.
You need to have enough volume to be ready to fill it when the barrel is available. Yeah.
How many barrels do you have now, Bob?
I have 4 that are full. I have one other one that was a whiskey barrel, a heavily peated whiskey barrel that I really didn't want to use again. Last time I did it, I did sweet black currant in there, but the peat was so strong it overwhelmed it. And I didn't really like it. Now I drink it and it's like sucking peat, sucking fruited peat. And
that's why I don't like the peaty scotches. It's like too much.
You know what? At first, sometimes you think that sometimes you think you got it and you're just like right there. But you put it in a bottle and it evolves a little, and the honey just doesn't flow like it did that day, or maybe I was off that day, or I had a cold that week. But sometimes you barrel stuff and you're like, shit, this didn't really work. And I was talking to Vicky earlier in the day, and I said I had this batch that I split in 2, and I had a small bourbon barrel that I got from a guy down the city. I want to say it was 8 gallon, and I think I made a 12 or 15 gallon batch. And it was, I remember I got the cans of puree, the Vinter's Harvest, and I had like 6, because I called it 6 berry. It was like black currant, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, marionberry, and black currant or cherry or something. And I mixed them all together and I did it, and I put some in the barrel. I think I had a bourbon barrel. I had a single whiskey barrel from Dad's Hat somewhere in Pennsylvania. And then I had a couple gallons left over. So the couple gallons I had left over, I soaked oak cubes in cognac and I threw those into that. So I opened that up, one of the bottles up last week. I had a friend over from work. And the one with cognac was like so beautiful. Everything was harmonious and the berries were beautiful. And it was like off dry, and you could pick out the strawberry in the nose and the blueberry in the nose. And I was like, wow, this one's really great. I got to see if I have another bottle of this. Then this weekend, I had a different friend over. I opened up this bottle of 6-berry bourbon. And I was like so disappointed. And I was like, this was the same exact batch that I opened 2 weeks ago. And it was like totally different. And it was drier and it was like watery. And I was just like, wow, what a letdown.
Yeah. It was
but sometimes, especially when you age stuff for a long time. Sometimes it's just, right. They pass their peak and then you're like.
And there's no way to know when is the peak. Everybody, I see a lot of folks on some of the mead groups and they're talking about, I got to age this at least a year. And it's like, why?
Sure. Why? Well, that's like my standard thing too, right?
Yeah. It's like, if it's not good right out of the bucket, then you did something wrong.
Well, a lot of these people
have to wait 2 years for it to be good. You did something wrong.
You did something wrong. Yeah.
Right. I agree with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, is it going to get better if you age it? Yes. Maybe. Sometimes. Maybe. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean,
if it's fusel, it'll soften, but that doesn't mean it's going to be repaired.
Well, and even if it was good, okay, so wow, this is great. It's perfect. I want to age this and see what it does. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, my example I cite is John Bryan's at Monroe gave me a bottle of, I think it was a strawberry mead, maybe a blueberry mead. Anyway, it was a fruit. It was a fruit, a melomel, and like a berry mead. And he gave it to me, and I stuck it in the rack and didn't pay any attention to it for 2 or 3 years, and then brought it back to the mazer, and I was like, "Hey, man, let's open this up and see how it did." And John looks at me and he's like, "You mean you haven't drunk that yet?" And I said, "Well, no, because it was in my stash and I'd been kind of sitting on it, and and he's like, "You should have drunk it right away. This was not designed to age." And so we opened it, and he was right. It was awful. I mean, it was just terrible. And he makes award-winning meads. His meads are very good, but this one was not designed to age. And I had the same experience when I made strawberry meads, and I made, I don't know, I had a 5-gallon batch, so I had a couple cases of it. And I found a couple bottles of it recently, and I'm planning on opening one to see if it survived, but I don't think it would, because it's like 15 years old now. Yeah,
I've got some of those around. We should make a date and both do ours and see if we have a terrible strawberry experience or not.
Yeah, we should. Okay, well, here we go. Let's open them.
That's almost a separate conversation about commercial meads that use cellar that are not intended to be cellared. Yeah, not really fair.
I wish they'd note that, so that okay, drink it right away. That'd be great.
Because there's, let's face it, like a lot of these big fruit bombs that have lots of acid and tannin, those are going to keep, right?
Yeah, those are going to keep.
They're going to stand up for many years, and they'll be great.
Kiwi wine, not so much. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so but that's a good point. It's like, let's be fair to the commercial mead makers, because not all of them should be cellared.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if they know
to be consumed right away within a month or 2 or 6, whatever it is.
Yeah, within the first year or whatever,
Right. Let's be fair to them, because it's a whole different conversation. You do not want people saying, "Well, I've had this in my cellar for 5 years and now it's terrible. Yeah. I hate this meadery." That's wrong.
Which is awful if that happens. And and it would be nice if they'd put something like that on the back label or something going, this is a mead designed to be drunk young.
Sure.
And
we all want to be fair to the commercial meaderies.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's their livelihood, and we also want to keep them around. We want more to be successful, so we have more variety. And
I would never ever blame them, because any mead that I buy is something that I'd usually try, and I know it's good, or it's somebody.
There are people who would.
Yes, there are. Yeah, and it's
this
sad.
is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Which I know we kind of segued away from the conversation with Bobby about the barrel. So,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is where it goes.
Right, it does, for sure. Yeah. We dig down and we follow the path.
And we take sidebars regularly.
We certainly do. We are famous for sidebars. Indeed.
And that's okay, because we've come up with some really interesting stuff that way.
Yes. All right, so another Mr. Nathan Steegman question, which I'm hoping I will see him in a week or so. So if you have any comments you'd like me to pass on to him, let me know. You have famously paired in the past Russian Caravan tea with caramelized honey. Yes. How does the robust maltiness of this black tea compare or complement the rich roasted toffee notes of a bochet or caramelized mead? Does a specific black tea variety like Russian Caravan require adjustments to your staggered nutrient additions?
No, I did not. I don't adjust my nutrient addition. The only thing I do on my nutrient addition, if my gravity's over 150, I up my chemicals by 25%. Mm-hmm. Because I figure that if the gravity is that high, the yeast might need the more nutrients. I wouldn't adjust my nutrients for, like, if I'm doing something 1080 or 1180, I would say that the nutrient regimen should almost be doubled, because I'm fermenting twice the sugar.
Right. So are you doing SNA or are you doing front loading?
I do SNA. I have my own regimen. I use my own chemicals. I have my own, and I'm sure most of the guys, have their own little thing that they do.
Right. So when you're doing like a smaller mead, like a 1080 or below, are you doing front loading there, or are you doing SNA still?
Oh, I would do SNA.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
I do. How many times you've been on this podcast? And I'm going to say it's about 5 or 6.
It's 5, over the last 10 years.
Probably.
Yeah.
You're like an SNL guest.
Yeah, you are kind of. We just keep bringing you back. Bobby's also kind of my fallback guy when I can't find anybody else. It's like, Bobby, help!
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I got to drive a train in the morning. I don't mind if I fall asleep.
Yeah. No, I only collect tickets and open doors. I just make backup moves.
Oh, good. Oh, I didn't. I thought you were a conductor and you drove the train.
No, those are engineers, and they operate.
Oh, really?
They don't drive. Yes.
Okay.
There's no steering wheel. There's only a throttle and a brake.
Yeah. Okay. So
well, actually, on the electrics, it's power and brake on one shift.
Aha. All right. Well, so you can collect tickets falling asleep, no problem.
No, I won't fall asleep.
I know. I'm kidding. Obviously.
Yeah, no, he's amazing at staying up late, even though he's got to get up. When I was staying at his place,
I know.
It'll be like we'd be like partying until 11:30, 12 o'clock, and then he gets up at 3 a.m. while I'm still sleeping.
Yeah,
he's
way
like,
more staying.
Well, I gotta get up, and you'll be fine. He says, just whenever you get up, just do whatever, and you know.
Yep. On the other hand, he's 15 years younger than I am, so that makes a difference.
And retiring in a year and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to pretend that makes a difference.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, what else we got here? Let's see. Another Nathan question. What's the most unique or surprising honey varietal you've come across abroad?
Abroad.
I'm not talking about your dating life either.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Actually, I always like the aphid honeys, the honeydew honeys.
Aha.
And
the forest honey. Yeah.
The forest honeys. And I think that all of those are very unique. No matter where they're from, they're unique. I was in northern Italy. I got some rhododendron honey. I know everyone says it's mad honey. Yeah, but I have it.
Right.
It's not mad honey in northern Italy. So
Really?
I was in the Alto Adige region of Tyrol, where my father's from, and above, I forgot what it is, like 4,000 feet. There's rhododendron, and people seek the rhododendron honey. It's not mad. It's not mad honey, but it tastes really good. No.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've got a number of. My mom was a big fan of rhodies, and I've got a whole bunch of them that she planted that I've got to move, and I'm hoping my bees will like them.
So what do you think it is that when they say mad honey, what are they expecting when they say that?
Well, to my understanding, that there is some psychedelic properties to the honey that people overindulge, and it has an effect on them.
Like eating the raw honey, like straight, you mean? Or
yeah. Well, ingesting the honey, and it has a psychedelic effect. And that's why they call it mad honey, because you go mad.
Eat?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Okay.
Because I don't know if I'll pass the drug test at work if I eat it.
You're right. Got to think about that. John's the same way with marijuana. He's like, not until I retire.
in about 1 year, you'll be able to tell us how it is.
No, I would. There's a couple people that have had it. Tom had somebody allegedly sent him some that was supposed to be mad honey. And, Tom, and he had to look at it under a microscope and identify the pollen that was in it.
Yeah.
Because Tom is the smartest guy ever.
I know, right? He's the smartest guy I know. It's just amazing. And that's saying something because my husband's pretty smart. So.
I wrote Tom in for president because I didn't like who was running. And he goes, don't tell anybody. He goes, I might end up getting elected.
God, I hope so. That would be great.
That's the problem, though. Anybody you want in politics doesn't want to be there.
Doesn't want to be in it because they know better. They're smart. They know better.
Yeah. Well, Tom's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, he is. Yeah, amazingly so. I'm
and
still
he has
hoping
a lot of
to get out
different
to visit
interests,
them.
which is something I fully endorse.
Yep, big time. I love he started a group. He and another gal started a group called the Prairie Homestead or something like that, and there's a bunch of us in there. And it was originally for like people in the prairie area, so South Dakota, North Dakota, that kind of thing, and Nebraska, that kind of thing. And I ended up joining it. And he's always posting in there, and he posts like the man's like a gourmet cook. He's a doctor. He's a master beekeeper. He's
farmer.
He's a farmer. He's got a pig fixing to farrow this weekend or so. You know, I mean, he's just yeah. She's great. The hairy pigs, and it's just amazing. I mean, it's like I feel so inadequate.
I want to be dumb when I grow up.
It's like, you know, he could give you a complex, man.
You know, but he also plays
income to support all that. So
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
He tell you he played like 13 instruments.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He was a dance instructor. That's how he met his wife.
I remember that. Yep.
You know, and then he took his wife on a honeymoon on horseback from the Mexican border back to South Dakota for 3 months.
And he used to run ultra marathons.
Right, and he ran ultra marathons. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so we know a surprising number of details about this man.
Yes, we do.
Which is also interesting.
And he's another one who's been on the show several times. So.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Well, Tom could be on Joe Rogan and they would invite him back for the next episode.
They absolutely would. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely would. Tom is amazing. Oh, yep. Barbarian Ryan Kretschmauer at Barbarian Mead says, tell us about that carrot cake mead.
What did he want to learn?
He said carrot cake. He said carrot cake mead. Did you do a carrot cake mead?
No, I was planning one. I spoke to him about it.
Ah, okay. He was wondering.
I was going to do one. Yeah, no, I was going to do it, but I was going to shred carrots, and I would have boiled the carrots, and I would have did about caramelized honey with the carrots, cinnamon, vanilla, probably a tiny bit of allspice, nutmeg.
How would you get the cream cheese frosting? The reason why I'm asking is because, oh God, I hate it when I draw it. A Tree Hive has Corey at Tree Hive did a carrot cake, and it needs more carrots, and he did the same thing. He shredded and boiled the carrot shreds.
And he used powdered cheesecake mix.
Is that what he used? Okay, yep. I didn't ask him what he used for it, but it was an excellent mead. It was really good.
Oh, it was very good. Yeah. And he told me that's the secret, and I don't know that it was really a secret.
Powdered cheesecake mix.
Sorry, I apologize, Corey, but that's what he told me anyway.
I don't know if I would get that. I think I would be happy with the carrots. I wouldn't really worried about the cream.
Nah, it's not carrot cake without cream cheese frosting, man. I'm sorry, but that's a Midwest thing, you know.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I would have made it the way I liked it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There's another fundamental rule. If you like what you're making, don't worry about what anybody else has to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's the first rule.
Yeah.
Sure, should be.
So what did we have any more questions over there?
Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, there's a few. Not many left for Nathan, and Bradley's questions have already been asked, so he's done. What is the most unexpected flavor profile you have ever tasted in a traditional European-made mead?
Actually, some of their linden honey, which is very prevalent. You can almost pick it up on the nose. I think that is a really great honey.
So how would you describe that to follow up?
It's like it has a little bit of basswood, locust, and almost like American linden, but it's not American linden.
All right.
It's got to be a different variety.
So those are good identifiers, but they're not very good descriptors. Can you give me a little more detail, floral, woody, American linden versus European linden? How are they different? What are the sensories?
I would say it's very. I haven't had good American linden. I've had something that's close, what I believe, in a wildflower, but they really get a higher percentage, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And theirs is more flowery, floral. It's almost like softer.
Okay.
it's not like it's woody. It's like you peeled the bark off a raspberry plant. It's just like that, like shrubbery. I don't even know how I would
Shrubbery.
like you
It
peel.
sounds like a Monty Python skit.
I know, right? It's
I
like
know it's hard. I know, but sometimes you try to describe it.
Yeah, I'm hearing shrubbery in high pitched voices now.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how I would put it.
Okay, so like for the basso that I get off of my beehive at the right time of the year, it's definitely got a minty character to it and earthy as well, like turned earth.
But sometimes basswood has that little bit of medicinal in it.
Yeah. Well, that's
that I
kind of the
don't
minty thing, right?
I don't really like that medicinal.
Okay.
Some of it I'm thinking of more like a locust minty.
Mm-hmm.
I get a good locust flow out in Mike's part of the country where it has a nice soft minty taste.
Okay. All right, that's good. Thank you. All right, what's the most memorable off the beaten path meadery or local watering hole you visited on your travels?
Oh, there was a medieval place that we went to in Krakow where you had to go buy golden drachs at like a window, and then you had to pay for your meal with the plastic golden coins.
Okay.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
Novelty bar. Yeah.
that was it. And like there was some kind of breakdown. You could pay in euros, but you could, if you went and bought these things, it was like 20% off. But the people probably went in there and said, give me $50 worth. And then,
Right.
you go home with $20 of it in your pocket that you're never going to spend, which is a great thing for them.
Polish money from the last time I went, and it's like,
and that was a pretty cool place. And then they had, all kinds of elixirs and potions that you can have for, €3, and they would come out with these test tubes, and you would mix your own drink at the bar, and it had a little piece of dry ice, so everybody's potion was foaming over, which was a really cool concept because like every kid who's 9 wants a potion. You know what I mean?
Of course.
That's the whole thing.
Totally.
It needs to come in those special mana and health bottles, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great?
Well, there was no health after going there.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it's got to be.
Yep.
Sure. Oh.
And then Poland had another place that you walked in and you bought a credit card, and then you went up to the beers that had 25 taps on the wall, and you poured your own beer, sure. And you put the credit card. I think it was called the wall of beer, and you put the credit card in, and it had an electric counter on there, and it told you how many Zolty you had left as you were pouring the beer.
Right. Yeah, we've got those here. Self-serve tap walls. Yeah, they're pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so you get to taste whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Great. Cool.
So I still have that card in my wallet, too.
Well, and you'll probably be back, so.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I would say you can hang on to your Polish money because you're going back next year, but I didn't.
I'm going back this year.
Yeah, that's right. You said you're going back this fall.
Yeah, I go to Bartnik. Yeah, I'm going to land. I'm going to land in Riga, Latvia, and then go to Lithuania. And Lithuania, I just went to Lithuania past thing. I went to all 4 meaderies in Lithuania. That was pretty cool. Everybody was nice. All 4.
4? Just 4? Yep. Okay.
And I was invited into everyone's house except one.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
When I was in Poland, the Augustova guys basically kidnapped me after the event was over, and Piotr drove me up to Augustova, and he has hardly any English and I have hardly any Polish, but we still managed to converse. hand gestures and careful talking and whatnot. But it was great. I ended up staying at their house for a couple of days, and they dragged me all over the area, and I went out to see the tree hives, and it was really cool. Went to the border because they're like 5 miles from the border with
Lithuania.
No, that's the eastern border. This was the northern border. Communist country. What the heck? Can't think of it. Anyway, no, not Russia. It's one of Russia. It's like the only satellite Russia's got left. But
Belarus. Well, that's south of them.
Yeah, Belarus. Yeah. So no, he took me to the Belarus border, and there's all these giant bollards, like the one that they have at Key West, is giant orange and white concrete jobbies. And he's like, if you step your foot over it, those guys down the hill there with AK-47s will shoot you. And I was like, okay then. We won't do that. But it was wild because I'd never been anywhere near something like that. It was quite really cool.
So, Bobby, the people that you met that took you around, were these people that you met at the competition somewhere along the way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Gintata. Okay. I was selected as Personality of the Year in 24, and Gintata was Personality of the Year in 25.
I see. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yes, in Europe.
What do you have to do to acquire that title?
Juggle.
Mm-hmm. Juggle, really? Juggle mead or what?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I guess it was, I spoke to a lot of people. I talked to people into going from, I brought over a lot of stuff from different meateries, just things like that.
Oh, yeah. Share stuff around, and Polish people are awesome too. I've been getting invited to Polish homes. Back when the second or third year of Mazer, we had a Polish meadery that came every year, and a couple of Polish meaderies that came every year, and they were both of them. They're like, "I come stay at my house," and I was a little creeped out by that. I didn't know that that's like standard Polish. I didn't know. And I wouldn't take advantage of it, I just didn't know. It just seemed kind of like, okay, I don't even know you. You're inviting me to your house?
They are very welcoming.
They are very welcoming. Yeah, they're wonderful, wonderful people. I adored Poland. I've been to England, Poland, Australia, and Mexico so far. And so far, the friendliest people, well, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up between Mexico and Poland because the Mexicans were really friendly too. So really nice folks. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to go back. I really, really would.
Money, and time.
Yeah, you got that right. Well, time, I can manage that part. The money part is where it's getting me because I'm retired, so time is something I've got. But the money part, not so much.
Yeah, that's always a challenge. Travel.
Yeah, I'm working on finding some side gigs so that I'll have some more fun.
I'm impressed that the guys in Mexico, a whole bunch of them are finding the funds to travel to Poland for the competition there. I'm impressed by that because I know how expensive that is. And
well, they're also kind of like pretty tight with the Polish folks, I
know. I understand, but it still costs money.
But I think they're making it a priority kind of thing because they've gotten, tight with them. But I don't know. I mean, these guys all got jobs and everything, just like the rest of us. So
I think Poland's very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but you still got to get there and all that, right?
Well, it's the flight. The flight is about the only part that really gets you. The rest of it is actually pretty affordable on average. So, I mean, we went to when I was there, they had a dinner after the comp that was at and the comp was actually held at this restaurant that served wild game and a bunch of other stuff, and they did like a family style dinner. So they had these big trestle tables up in the auditorium where we did the comp, and these people just kept bringing food out, and we had to buy our tickets, and the tickets were 40s Lodi, which is what, Bobby, about $18-20 US. And not even, yeah. And I mean, we ate like kings. Holy crap. Awesome food, unbelievable amounts of any of it. I mean, you could have eaten till you busted. And for like $18, it was like ridiculously cheap. And
that's kind of like the Mexican street food when we were all.
Oh my God! Yeah, I know, right? The Mexican food was amazing too.
I'm
like,
still just in awe of the lady and her partner who were cooking those.
Who were making them tacos?
Oh, those were so good.
And they were so good. Track somehow of 40 orders in their heads while they were cooking, the two of them, and they're just going breakneck speed. Absolutely nuts. And for like $2 a taco. I mean, come on.
I know, right? And we sat there and chowed down for like $5 or $6. You had more tacos than you know what to do with. And
right.
Yeah. And I could have eaten that every day for breakfast for the rest of my life.
They were delicious.
They really were.
Absolutely fantastic. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep. All reasons to travel, all reasons to keep your involvement in the mead scene, because there are people who will share those kind of experiences with you. And those are all wonderful things to be able to do.
I think so.
Yeah. Definitely some things on the bucket list to do.
Yep.
Still got a few years to get them done, at least for me. The rest of you guys are younger, so you got a lot more time. But don't waste it.
Yeah. Yeah. There is an end. You just don't know when it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to that trip in September, and then I have another trip over there. I'm going to Belgium, Romania, and Serbia in November.
That'll be great.
Yeah. I'm going to brew with Alan in Romania.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that'll be cool. You're doing a collab with Alan? I'm jealous.
Yeah, I did one last time I was there.
Did you? Alan's good people. He's and he's just like, totally just out there. He just says it like it is, doesn't pull his punches, and I like that a lot.
Well, he's huge. He doesn't have to pull his punches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if he doesn't beat you up, his son will. His son is totally into what's a Mexican wrestling thing? Where they wear the masks and everything.
Luchadors.
Yeah, that's it. And his son was totally into it. So while we were in Mexico and he was there, he bought that stuff for his son, who's like 6, and he showed me a picture, and his son looks like a bodybuilder. He's 6 years old.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, Alan was Mr. Serbia.
Yeah.
Right.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Well,
yeah, he's in the World Strongman competition.
Strongman.
Yeah.
He was doing the strongman stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I'll tell you, the best was watching him and Big John walk down the street in Mexico.
Oh, God, wasn't that great?
And everybody was like, the circus is in town.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny. So what else? Do we have anything else? Anybody else want to know anything? How
are your bees doing?
My bees?
Yeah, let's talk about bees for a few. We've been talking about mead this whole time.
My bees are okay. I made a couple splits. I gotta go in. I gotta go in this week, see how they're doing.
How many hives did you lose over the winter?
I had 2 blow over, and 2 were weak, and then I lost that. I knew they weren't going to make it, and then I lost another one.
Okay, and how many do you have?
Now I have, I think 9 and 2 splits, but I got to see if the splits make it.
Okay.
What is a blow over?
Well, I had a tree fall, and they knocked the hives over. And
okay.
So not a bear, a tree.
No.
Okay.
Oh, so okay. Mike Matson just came in with a question.
I mean, nine hives, that's a fair number of hives to manage. For
it is,
who doesn't have like commercial equipment and all that stuff.
Yeah. We have a question from Mike Matson.
Okay.
Back in the mead realm. But now that he's drinking your mead, I figured we got to ask it. So he says, what major differences are there between American and European mead making practices? Similar procedures, steps, structure? He says he feels like you're the bridge to the other side of the pond and the one who can see the best and worst from each side.
Well, like I said earlier, I think that guys, we definitely use different ingredients. I think the Europeans are more used to going out and getting a lot of their ingredients. And you could see it from a lot of the, some of these guys are brewing meads that are like, they're from the medicine cabinet, like mugwort and this and that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's still I don't know if I'm totally familiar with the flavors, but